Dear
Okay.
Ronna Bryan, a marvelous guest. Many thanks for the hours of laughter and sound advice.
100% applicable.
Oh, yeah. Your podcast is a delicious clam chowder for the soul. My question, is there a polite way to tell a dear friend that his mustache is disgusting? It's not that. I'll tell you that. It's not that the style is wrong for him. And in fact, I think a mustache suits his face just fine. The problem is this thing is unkempt. If lying flat, the hairs reach about to the middle of his lower lip.
I have to. Okay.
Gross.
Oh, God.
More commonly, they stick out at about a 45-degree angle right in front of his mouth. Anything he drinks comes into contact with that mustache.
No.
I've thoroughly grossed myself out thinking about how many crumbs and flecks of spit get carried around in there. Every time I see him, disgusting. I just want to take a pair of scissors and give it a trim. I don't think my friend devotes much thought to his appearance in general. I doubt it's ever occurred to him that styling the mustache with wax might help keep it tidy. Is there a way to gently suggest something along those lines without sounding incredibly rude? He can be a bit sensitive and I don't want to embarrass him. I know his personal grooming isn't really any of my business, but it's hard to see the man behind the mustache when the mustache looks like that. Much love. I don't know if they want us to say their name. How do you tell someone that they're physically repulsive?
Do you tell someone?
Or do you?
Yeah.
You do. I think you do.
Okay.
I was just watching on my flight back from Italy. I was watching the movie Book Club 2, starring Jane Fonda, and there was a
thank
really
God they got around to the sequel. Yeah.
Thank
You know
God.
what? Heather, I have to be honest with you. This was also my last flight movie. Was Book
Yes.
Club 2.
And I wept. I cried. I just everything about
I
it
do
was
too.
perfect.
And yet, honestly, you can't believe it's a sequel because you're watching and you're like, have any of these characters ever met before? Like, they just seem like they don't know anything about each other. They just seem like total strangers. Yet I was in all the way.
I was in. I wept. I was so into it. But there was a moment where Candace Bergen, her character would just, the blunt one in the group, if you will, the Miranda, if you will,
Sure.
would just say, "Best friends, real talk, like best friends, brutal honesty." And I loved that. That's when anybody in the group would know that she was about to lay something on them. I think
that too.
this person needs to say, "Listen, I'm doing this out of love. Best friends, I'm going to give you some real talk right now. We got to trim this up." I think
a fun
that's
way to
kind.
do it, actually.
Right.
Because you sort of are just like, hey, I kind of like that. You're sort of like, hey, I'm coming in right now as a tough broad, as your friend, and I love you. The mustache needs work. I think facial hair could be your thing. It just needs a little work. You just have to shape it a little bit.
And
Yeah,
I
it's in
actually
your
think it
teeth.
looks great on you.
Yes.
Yeah, which he does.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean,
Follow it up with a compliment, but be like, "There's a better version of this mustache here. We can do
yeah,
this."
totally.